just like letting loose.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I just want to quit.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to quit. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean? What do you think, Mom? I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to walk now.
It seems to me that we're recording out here. We've got a whole, not janky setup. It's a little bit less than the usual. Unconditional love for the podcast these days. We're out here in Lake Chelan over in Manson right now. We're a little bit out of the Chelan area, but for the most part, we're in Lake Chelan, baby. The place that we come every single year during the summer. Like 1 week a year, me and the family, not just like Caitlin and my father and my mother, but the family meeting like extended as well. So my father's cousins and their kids. It's a whole thing. There's a few boats going out right now. Not too many, actually, for it being like noon. They're all still recovering from the weekend still. It's Tuesday, though, so hopefully they're recovered. But beyond that, we're here in Lake Chelan for one reason and one reason only. We brought the podcast here remotely. It's kind of like a remote thing. It's also not a remote thing, but we're at a studio. We're out of my parents' spare room. We're here in Lake Chelan because we have a guest today. Episode 8, by the way. I want to at least inform you. I wish I could have brought like the Realest Podcast here. I'll probably paste it up, like Photoshop it on for like the video. But yeah, we're here for episode 8 of the Realest Podcast with a guest. I'm not revealing the guest like quite yet. You know, I want to make sure that they get a proper introduction because they deserve it. He is my former track teammate. He is a model. He is one handsome man. He is homegrown here from Chelan. He arrives at probably like, he's so tall. He's like 6'1" now. I think I met him when he was like 5'10", goodness sakes. Unless I just like shrunk somehow. He's a tall man. His name is Bert Mendivil. Woo! I wish I could clap. I'm clapping now. As you should too at home if you're not already. Yeah. Bert Mendivil. I hope I pronounced your last name right.
No, you did.
Okay.
You did.
Okay.
If you said evil, I would have.
Oh man.
Bro, we would have
Mendivil.
Medieval, dude. I've been getting
really
dude, since I was probably
like
out of
kindergarten at the womb.
Dude.
The doctors and we're not like Alberto.
Yeah,
Mendivil.
They would just be like my preschool. I don't know how I remember preschool, but
yeah, that's like, a long time ago.
They're just like Alberto Mendivil, evil. And I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like you're one of me. Like you're Hispanic, dude. Like
yeah,
you
come on. Like
Mendivil's
like a pretty.
Know my last name. Like
yeah,
this, but,
and you should probably. I feel like the evil part just like doesn't sound right. Like when you say it.
It doesn't. I'm like, where do you get this E on the I?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was like, what? I was like, I don't understand. But I mean. Yeah, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
man.
of course,
this
dude.
This is cool, man.
Thank you for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to have you on in your hometown.
Loki kind of nervous, guys. So
it's okay. It happens. Trust me. John, our first guest. He mentioned after the podcast, he was nervous. Like being on camera is like a different beast, especially when you know it's going up online and there's gonna be fans watching it, people watching it.
Man, I ain't worried about no people out watching me. Like, I don't care. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if it's on the internet, it's on the internet.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a different beast because,
it is.
You never know if you slip up or anything.
Yeah, it's just a different environment. It's like this is definitely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
I might not act like it. A lot of people are like, think I'm outgoing, but like, this is like, deep down, I'm like, guys, I'm shaking right now. But, I'm
good.
chilling. I'm chilling. I'm in my hometown, dude.
Yeah. What's it like here, man?
Yeah, man, I don't
it's
even.
A different element because I only come up here once a week or once. I wish.
Dude,
I'm here once
a year.
Once a year. Yeah.
Dude, living here in Chelan is. I lived in Manson.
Okay.
Through preschool or since I was born. Till 5th grade. Hey, shout out to my guy.
Devin. We're gonna have people kind of coming in and out. The family's here, so you'll see them pop in and out.
But no, so yeah, I went through preschool through 5th grade here.
Okay. Was there a school in Manson, or did you go to school?
Yeah, there
in
was
Chelan?
a school in Manson.
Okay.
It's just like maybe like 10 miles. No, but like
it's
3 or 4 miles
away
from here.
Sure.
That's my estimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, then after that, after 5th grade, my cousin, in like
Chelan.
Yeah, Chelan.
Okay.
Was like, you got to move to Chelan.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And he's like, you're going to get better opportunities. And I'm so grateful that I did that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful because I wouldn't be like where I'm at right now. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't go to track. I wouldn't be like
Basketball player, football player.
Yeah, I wouldn't do all 3 sports, which if I would have stayed in Manson, I would have just probably done like one sport.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Like maybe basketball.
Like maybe basketball, yeah. But that's it. But no, but growing up there, it was really, really cool in Chelan. I lived with my aunt. My aunt really.
You say aunt too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said aunt. Like I mix it up all the time.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, but yeah, so she I went to her household after I moved to Chelan when I moved to Chelan, and she pretty much raised me.
Really?
She's my I call her my mom.
Yeah,
much.
might as well.
Even though my mom gets mad when I call her mom because I used to say mom, and they're like, wait, what?
Like they're confused.
You can definitely tell my mom's a little jealous when I say that.
Yeah,
and I'm
she's
like, and I was like, come on, mom, it's okay, it's okay. I still
So
love you.
did you move with your aunt just because it was better opportunity type thing, or like?
It definitely brought a better opportunity, but also it was like family situation stuff.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I kind of figured maybe that might have been another reason, like an underlying, but obviously you don't tell people.
It was definitely a family stuff, and my sister actually was like, "You need to move.
Yeah,
you need to
just
move.
get out
to
of
my
here."
aunt's house.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I'm fine here." And she's like,
"Yeah,
you need to leave." And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I
guess.
like I'm gonna be sad. Like
Yeah.
I love my sister and my brother. Like they're my rock,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of tough. Like, it was kind of like leaving my family. So like going to the Spokane, for example, leaving like my family, you know, in my hometown.
Yeah.
It was really easy.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Which is really weird.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you've already done it before, it seemed like,
Yeah,
so
so it's kind of like, it's kind of easy.
And you had it young too,
Yeah, so I had to like adapt really easy, like really quickly.
Yeah,
but like,
absolutely.
I had a bunch of role models in school. Like
Yeah,
high
which is always
school,
nice.
And like my cousin actually, his name's Eric Romero. He
shout out Eric Romero.
Yeah, shout out to Rome. Yeah, he
We're chilling.
He was really, really like my role model throughout like 5th grade through high school.
Yeah, just somebody you always looked up to, aspire to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was really cool though, cause he just like, dude, he did everything. He was like my big brother. He was like my dad.
Yeah.
He'd just leave, like, we'd be like, in 15 minutes, he's like, I'm gonna come get you. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why? He's like, you need to leave the house. And I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, yeah, you do. And so he'd come get me.
Yeah.
We'd go out to Slide Waters.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever been
yeah,
to
the
Slide
water
Waters.
park. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
They have
place.
that surf pool.
Oh, now?
Dude, you
Wow.
gotta go. You gotta go.
Surf wave pools are really fun. The closest one in Spokane is over in Silver Mountain.
Really?
Like a ski resort, yeah.
Dude, no, it's actually pretty cool. I went there like maybe last month.
Okay.
With my bunch of coworkers, and it was just
tons of
hard.
fun. Oh, wow.
Hard. It was really hard, but it was cool though.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I was there. My cousin Shawnee took us when we were all really young. She took us down there, and I don't remember it much because I was still really young, and don't remember it fully. But I remember going there when we were all really young. But now we're all old. Now I'm 20.
Yeah. About to be 21. 21.
Yeah.
21.
When's your birthday? In October?
No, November 11th.
November. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay.
it's-
That's what I remember.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when I'm older and when I'm a teacher, it's like I have my day off on my birthday.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
It's always
kinda,
nice.
It's kind of nice. So it's like,
Yeah.
I get a little vacation.
Yeah.
What. But no, man, growing up in Chelan, I'm pretty grateful.
For
it's
sure.
Just, there's a lot of conflict, being a small town.
Yeah. I can
so
kind of
like
I can see where it arises.
People's favorite, people's not favorite,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean it's a good place, if obviously it's a great tourist place, it's a great vacation place.
For sure.
But I can understand where it become a little bit tiresome and just drawn out, especially living here,
Yeah, and it is, dude. Like me and my buddy actually, shout out to Dawson.
Yes, shout out Dawson.
Him and I, dude, he gets pissed because he has a Duramax and he just likes to just dump coal on these tourist people and just dumps his truck. I'm like, dude, don't be a dude.
Yeah, just let them enjoy.
And he's like, nah, dude, they're in our hometown. He goes, "Brr." I'm like, all right. I was like,
he's got a big truck and just dusts his own.
yeah, and I'm just like, all right, man, you do you, man.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
I
don't condone it, but
it's your truck, man. But they get pissed off, but he gets a laughter out of it.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I love it. I love it here. I just don't see myself living here anymore. Like,
Yeah,
really. I just
for sure.
I'm gonna move to Texas. I want to move to Texas so bad.
Okay, what part?
Texas.
Austin?
Austin, yeah. Like I was telling you
Nice,
about, or North Carolina. Really,
What part? Raleigh?
Man, I don't like.
Main city?
You know what got me into it is Outer Banks.
Really?
Outer Banks,
Wow.
because it was produced in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So now I was just like, dang, that's
Put
like
it on the
Chelan.
radar.
I was like, dang, that's like Chelan, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
We need
it's
some
like-
places. We need some places like movies filmed in Spokane,
dude.
so people come to
man.
Spokane.
All you'll see is like crackheads going left and right. Like
Red Wings, the movie with Chris Hemsworth was filmed there, like
Really?
downtown. Yeah, it's like a little alleyway type thing.
Man, I'm gonna just act like I knew that movie. I don't know that.
It's
movie.
not a big movie. I
Okay.
mean, I only know it just because it was filmed in Spokane. Z Nation. It's kind of like an odd sci-fi show, like on Sci-Fi Channel. It was recorded.
I'm gonna just agree with you, Jared, because I don't.
Yeah,
know, I don't,
yeah,
I don't,
no,
I don't
it's,
know that.
Yeah, well, the only reason I know that too was because my science teacher in 8th grade was like an extra in there because they just got a whole bunch of extras, paid him like $500, and it was
Really?
called a day. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that's actually cool.
yeah.
That's
It's kind of
actually
nice. I
sick.
mean, it's just you just get put up in makeup, you act like a zombie, and you're pretty good. You
Dude,
know, for
that's good.
$500, it seems like good for like maybe like a 12-hour day
Yeah, for sure.
on your weekend.
Dude, so how do you like Spokane? Like how growing
Like,
up there?
yeah, like, I
growing-
guess it's a
you
little
know, like You
different.
asked me that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder for you, because like I lived there for a year,
Yeah,
and I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I did not like it.
yeah. Well, mind you, you're on like that western side of Spokane where there's like nothing to do,
Mhm.
and 2, it's just like full of people who are a little bit more lower income. So you get the people who are not trashy, but like trashy, at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean the valley's really nice, and mind you, like I have a lot of people who I know just because of track and high school. Like my high school was there, so it's
Yeah.
like everyone in your graduating class and everyone who you graduated with, and I really like it because there's stuff to do. There's trampoline parks, there's hiking. You can swim, and there's surrounding areas like Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene. Then there's stuff downtown. They just added the ribbon. There used to be in that that big spiral thing in the heart of downtown that lights up at night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that used to be the. I think there's an IMAX in there, and then there used to be like an amusement park,
Really?
but it just never got any money or revenue because it's just like, who goes there? It's just little kids, and so they opened it up for just people to come, and they have the walkways up there.
Yeah.
They have little concerts, so they kind of put it more into a venue. And there's just stuff to do, and like as a kid, you just ride your bike around. You just ride your bike around in the neighborhood. You just go meet your friends and just have fun as a kid.
Yeah, I wish I had that too, but I'm actually pretty grateful that I live in Chelan because
Yeah.
it's just like I can go on a hike, or we have to be creative. To
Yeah,
do something in this
yeah,
town. Because
yeah.
to be honest, yeah, summer's fun. Yeah, there's a bunch of ladies, whatever.
But like swimming like 7 days a week just
yeah,
doesn't
like
seem
there's
fun.
like we can go like meet some random people or random like group of ladies, like
Yeah.
my buddy and I, or like whatever, like group of guys too. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be girls, but like group of guys too. Yeah, we can do that, but like during winter and fall comes, like we had to be creative. Like,
Yeah, because there's no like
that's
snowmobiling.
That's when like
You outsource.
Hick Bert comes out. Hick Bert comes out. I bring out the boots.
Yeah,
Not really.
you look good in boots though.
Man,
You do.
I
'Cause you
my-
fit it.
My,
You
my,
fit
my,
it.
My bud, all my friends roast me. They're like, "You're a fake cowboy," and I'm like, dude. I was
Moving
like,
to Texas.
I was like,
I'm moving to
shut
Texas.
up. I was like, I'm moving to Texas, man. Shut up.
You'll fit in good there.
Yeah, dude. I'm so stoked for it.
Yeah.
I really am. But like I said, like I don't know if my program can do it. Like 'cause
Yeah.
I'm going to Central next year. So,
Okay. Did you do college this last year
Yeah,
like,
I did it online.
at the Falls?
Yeah, online.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I just did it at home though. I
Yeah,
just
I
came
mean,
back because
yeah,
of my
yeah.
injury. That's
yeah,
why.
yeah. And I
So-
wanted to talk to you about that because I know you hurt your back,
Yeah.
which is obviously like for people that don't know, we both did triple jump. That's how we knew each other because we were at the Falls and we obviously met on the track team and we both did the same event and like literally both the same event, long and triple.
Mm-hmm.
And like think about it, like if you ever watched any of them, like you could probably do without your back in long jump.
Yeah.
But triple jump is just like
Yeah,
you need
it's-
that support and you need that.
Well, the back
structure.
the back comes with the hips too. So
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like hips and back. And
It's like the whole core area.
Yeah. And so, yeah. So that happened.
Yeah, and
So-
you never really got to compete. You competed at the candy cane meet.
Yeah.
And
that was
then-
the Eastern one.
Yeah, that was a
I only
home
competed in
meet.
the Eastern one, and,
Yeah.
that was it. And I was just like,
Yeah,
and I just started going like
downhill from there, and it's
just like injury.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
and it's tough. It's hard mentally, you know.
And it's like you kind of have that like you just kind of like you're just like I want to quit.
Yeah,
I just want to quit, and I think that's why a lot of people when they go to JUCO they quit.
I can get that.
They really do. Like I had a buddy from last year that was a freshman, freshman last year.
Okay.
And was gonna do football. The first week he quit.
Really?
And I'm like, "Are you serious, dude?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I just like gonna fight, and I just like my body." And I'm like, "That's not an excuse, dude."
Yeah.
I was like, "Gonna go to like physical therapy, go to like chiropractor, go to massages, like stuff like that."
Yeah, I've been really fortunate that since like the circuit within Spokane, my chiropractor, you know, would do some of the track meets. You know, I got in contact with him pretty early on in my life when I was like 13. And I've known him for like 7 years now, and he's just always been my sports chiropractor. And, you know, I've never gone to anybody else. And, you know, I learn a lot from him. So, like, if I do have, like, a repeat injury, I can, like, if it's, like, something that I just need to strengthen, I just need to strengthen. I'm like, I can do that. You know, I learned that from him and save a trip. And, you know, obviously the word of mouth, you know, like, oh, like, he's good, you know. Dr. Lopez is good, you know, like, he's the
Mr.
guy.
Lopez. Shout out to Lopez.
Yeah, as Drubal Lopez. Yeah. It's a weird first name, but people just call him Drew.
Yeah, it was just that injury. So it was it was a nerve on my lower back.
Like sciatic nerve?
I don't remember, dude. I was so drugged up all the time.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I was like on a wheelchair and I was just so drugged up.
Yeah.
But it's during August
of last year.
No, September actually, like middle September
of last year.
Yeah, so we went to Montana before that week. That week's like when I had that just like spaz, whatever, my nerve and everything.
Yeah.
We went to Montana. I was fine. I kind of had like a little back of my limb.
Oh, it was the Montana. Okay, you were the part of like the 8 crew that went to Montana.
No. I'm talking about Montana. Like I was on Montana like with my group of friends.
Oh,
we went to
gotcha.
Montana.
Okay,
I should have said that. We went to Montana with a group of friends.
Gotcha. Because I know they also went like in that same time period, but the year prior in 2019. Yeah.
No. We went on a different like.
Okay.
We went to go visit my one of my best friends in Bozeman. Then I went to go visit one of my homegirls over there too.
Oh, nice.
That's from here too.
Yeah.
So we did like a
just like
we
tour over there.
Yeah, we tour over there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Lived it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went over there and we just kind of like I was just like fine. I was walking fine. I was doing everything fine. When we come back.
Yeah.
I was just like I just had a limp on my back. I just felt like a little like someone just punched me in like my lower back.
Yeah.
Like if you got tackled from the behind.
Yeah.
And just like oh shoot like
yeah.
all right. Like I got a little banged up.
Yeah.
So I was going to my apartment, walking up my apartment. I'm just like kind of limping.
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
Yeah.
And next morning I wake up and I'm just like laying in my bed.
Like paralyzed.
And I'm just like what the frick is going on? I'm like what is going on? Like I can move my toes. I was like, I can move my toes, but I can't feel them.
Oh, gotcha.
And so,
like, did panic set in?
Yeah, and I started getting panic because like I never had this. I've never.
Yeah.
Like, I've had injuries. Like I rolled my ankle, but that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, but I never had like nothing like nerves.
Yeah, especially when nerves. Like I sprained my ankle to like a grade 3. Yeah. And that like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was scary. It was really scary.
Yeah.
So I called my dad. I called my dad first.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm not feeling good." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I'm just not feeling good."
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, well, I mean, just call me in the morning and see how you feel." And I'm like, "I was calling in the morning, see how I feel."
Yeah.
He's like, "All right, cool." And I just remember the next morning, I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
I couldn't, and I was just like, "What?" And so my panic mode.
Yeah.
I never panic. Like I really don't. Yeah. Like, the only time I panic is when I'm stressing about finals. Not really. I'm just saying that so I can act like a good student. But yeah, it's just so I just started like panicking, and I called my dad. I'm like, "Dad, I'm freaking out."
Yeah.
He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I just can't move. I can't move my lower back. I can't move I can move my toes, but I can't feel them.
Yeah.
Not feel them." He's like, "Just call your aunt." So I was like, I call my aunt.
Who, the one that you lived with in Chelan?
Yeah, the one I live currently right now.
Yeah.
And it was like, to just let you know, it's like 3 in the morning.
Okay.
3 in the freaking morning.
Yeah.
And so I call her, and she's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. I just want to let you know, and
Yeah.
like, I just don't know what to do. And I'm just panicking really bad.
Yeah. So you're at least aware of it if anything does go wrong.
And she's like, no, I'm on my way. And so she got there around like 8:30.
Really?
I mean,
wow.
8:30. Yeah. And we were talking probably like an hour. So she like made it in like 2 hours, like 2.5 hours. Like I was like, dang, you hauling,
Jeez,
dog.
like it's like a 320. Yeah, it's like.
I was like, you were hauling, dog. Like I'm surprised you didn't get pulled over. I was like,
especially like at 3 a.m.
Yeah, dude. I was just like crazy. But
wow.
I try to like get up. Like I legit like
like how you try and like lift that upper body. Yeah.
And I didn't realize how many nerves there's connected to your lower back to move your to even raise your leg like this simply. So I had to like when she was knocking on the door, my roommate left.
Oh.
So I told him to leave the door, or I forgot to tell him to leave the door unlocked.
And he didn't.
And
so you literally had to like.
I legit had to like.
Wow.
I felt like I was like, when you watch like a
paraplegic, like get into like the wheelchair type thing.
Much, bro. It was
like you're like lifting the leg.
I was just like, oh shoot, and like doing this, it was just like this nerve in the back was just like pinching me, and I was like, oh, I was like,
like I'm coming, I'm coming,
and there's just like boom, 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 banging. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm like, I was like, I can barely walk, like yada yada. And I was like on the wall, and I opened the door. Like I legit tried to like use my finger
and just like hope that there's enough friction.
Yeah, and I was like gunk, and I just like boom landed on the wall. And my dad's like grabs me midway, and like he's like, whoa, like I didn't know it was that bad. I was like, yeah, it's this bad. I'm like, I can't like legit couldn't.
Yeah.
And so like the ambulance had to come.
Wow.
Had to come get me.
Wow.
They really did, cause like my aunt's like
freaking out.
Yeah, freaking out. My mom is like freaking out. My dad's like freaking out too. It's like,
so it's like nobody could help you because
I was
I'm
like, dude, what am I doing? Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, I was like, just call 911, bro. Like, I don't know. So they called 911, and it sucked.
Wow.
It sucked. It really sucked because they picked me up. They picked me up from my legs. So they picked me up. Like they used their so their shoulders was on my calves.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, like they coffin carried you?
Yeah, coffin carried me. And it hurt because any movement hurt at all.
Yeah, and
so like I was just like, boom,
people who have no idea what that feels like, they're just like, okay, well, like this doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and I was just like, boom, 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 and I was like, dude, I was like, what the heck is going on? I was like, just get me to the hospital.
Yeah.
So we went to the hospital.
Because I think I remember you sending Snapchats of you in the hospital, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell's wrong?
Yeah.
Like, you're not in the hospital for nothing unless it's like blood drawn or like
overdose drugs.
Yeah, like trauma or like something that's like you hurt yourself, stitches.
Yeah, dude. And they couldn't do much. They couldn't do anything at all other than give me medicine.
Yeah, just numb the pain somehow.
And I'm like, dude, I don't care at this point. I was like, just drug me up. Like, give me like some like perks or something. I don't care, dude. Like, give me any drug to just like get this pain down.
Yeah.
So they did. They got me, some painkillers, whatever.
Yeah.
Then the way back home, I had to set another appointment. In Wenatchee.
Oh, okay.
It's like, which is like 40 minutes away from
not
Chelan.
too bad. Yeah.
So they just gave me medicine, and they had to do CAT scans, MRIs, and just like all these scans to just see if there's any nerve,
like a disc, kind of off, and then that caused,
Yeah, so they're just checking everything. If there's any like damaged nerves, I have to get back surgery. Because at first they were talking about back surgery. And that's where I freaked out. Like that's where I like legit like, I just had like, what just going?
Yeah, my aunt Sarah had back surgery.
Yeah,
it's just a scary thought.
And it was crazy because it's like, dude, summer was legit a movie that year. Because like my buddies were all like we're off for going to college, but like all of us were just like, doing like go on the boat. We're just like doing stuff 24/7.
Yeah.
And just out of the blue,
out of nowhere,
it just went boom, in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, dude, this is real.
Yeah, and then like time slows, and it just feels like that week is like a month.
Yeah, and it's just like really.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was really cool though at the same time.
Yeah.
But
looking back at it, it feels like
looking back at it was really cool. But then. Yeah, so they took me to Wenatchee, and they did all these scans, scans. And after that, they were like, we don't need to get surgery. And I'm like, well, then what am I going to do? And I was like, chiropractor maybe?
Yeah, like something like acupuncture.
Yeah, so then we went to a chiropractor, and he got me back on my feet.
Which is good.
Like, yeah, he got me back on my feet. Like, I was on a wheelchair for 2 or 3 months.
Months?
Yeah, dude.
What the hell?
It sucked so bad.
Your arms are probably beefy and just
dude. I was just like, no, dude. I was a little. Dude, honestly, I gained a little weight on the wheelchair.
You can't,
dude,
I was in the wheelchair.
I was legit depressed. Like, not even like fall through like winter, February, dude. I was so sad. People were like, why are you sad? I'm like, dude. I was like, what do you think, dog? Like, my
life flipped upside down.
Yeah, I was like, I was just running like last month ago,
and I have no idea if I can walk. You know,
and I'm like stressing too. But
wow,
yeah, dude,
3 months a long time.
Yeah, it really did. People were like, bro, you weren't on that long. I'm like, yes, I was.
Bro,
dude.
I started scratching stuff on the door.
Yeah, dude, I was just like looking up the wall. I counted how many freaking scratches we have on the wall, and I was like, dude,
I'm a prisoner.
Yeah, it sucked, and it just yeah, I was in the wheelchair for 2 or 3 months, and it just really sucked.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that is really.
That's
a trooper. I commend you for.
Yeah, dude, I'm
like pushing through that.
Yeah, forgetting it all. I'm just grateful.
Yeah,
like that happened, and just like
it kind of sounds like it's one of those like freak accidents. You know, like summer was great. You know, you come back, drunk drive, boom, life changes. It feels like that without like the weight of it all. You know.
Yeah, it really does, cause. That I don't like honestly didn't know like
if you could walk again.
Yeah, I just like I remember my mom like getting me off the bed.
Yeah.
And my wheelchair is right next to me.
Yeah.
So let me just say this again. So I was on the bed, like this is the bed right here.
Okay.
And the wheelchair is right here where I'm sitting. My mom's right here.
Yeah.
She's helping me out. And this is where I knew it was really like I was just like really sad and dark and depressed, whatever you name it. I had it. Whatever's dark, I had it. A lot of people didn't know that, just because like I didn't act
you didn't
like
express it.
I didn't. I didn't act like it because I just ghosted myself.
Yeah,
I really did.
I just distanced yourself and
my family didn't know, like whatever, and I'm just like I don't need to tell people.
Yeah,
like I'm only saying this because it's like maybe someone out there is actually dealing with it.
Absolutely,
and that's cool. Like I like. You know, people always have their own stories. Like you told your audience your story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, back to my story. Yeah, my mom was right there, and this is where I realized like, I'm just like, dude, this is down bad. But
yeah, just like the world is on your shoulders.
So my mom's like, just roll over, and to be granted, I can't roll over at all. Like any movement from my hip and down.
Yeah,
is just
crushing.
It's just crushing. Yeah, you want to cry.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, just get on the wheelchair. And I remember just going like this. Like, I was just using my upper body, just going like this, whatever. And I just went like this. And I couldn't sit down on a wheelchair. I cannot sit down. I couldn't sit down for a wheelchair for, like, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow.
And I was just like, I just remember just, like, sitting down and just bawling.
Yeah.
Just, like, letting loose.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom, I just want to quit.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to quit. Like, I'm done.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean? What do you think, Mom? I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk again.
Yeah.
And she started crying with me, and that's where and that's where seeing your mom cry, bro. It's just like it hits different, like it really does. And I'm just like
even I'm getting teary eyed just because of like the words of it. I'm like, oh man,
dude, it's
like what do you think, Mom? Like,
yeah, dude, it was really sad, man. It was like my mom's on rock, like she's my role model. Like, dude, but like seeing my mom and I cry together, I was just like, dang, like, this is real. Like,
like it's the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah, and I'm like,
and it might be a forever thing.
Yeah,
you know.
And I was like, this might be my whole life.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, no, and then that's where I just remember just talking to Rome, and
your friend,
my friend, and he was like, I don't know, he just kind of like, you know, you have a choice of life to do the positive or the negative.
Yeah,
and I was just like, what the heck. I don't know what the hell that means.
I was like, you take that in when you're all just
dude, I'm in a wheelchair right now. Like, what the heck are you talking about right now? Like, I don't know what you mean by that, you know? And he's like, just think about it. And it soaked with me too. And, you know, for granted, I wish my cousin, that passed away from brain cancer, I wish he was there with me. Like, you know,
he's been through it all, just that ringer.
He's been, dude, he like raised me as a kid. Like he was actually my father.
Yeah.
And so I just thought about him. I was like, why am I going through this? Like going through all this? Like, why are you putting me through this? Like, you know, God, why are you putting me through this too? Yeah. And I was just like questioning so many things, and he was just like, one of these days, I just kind of like, all right, Bert, it's time.
It's time to like step up and just
it's like, this is where you're gonna definitely mature. This is where you're gonna grow the most.
Yeah.
Most like growth. And which, dude, and that's why people were like, aren't you just like sad about that? Aren't you like feel bad? And like that's why I didn't tell anyone, because it's like I knew I was gonna grow from this.
Yeah. Like it's like nobody needs to know. Yeah. Like it's just like a moment for you to like think about it and be resilient in this situation.
And it really just like it just like made me mature real quick. Like real quick. Even though like I don't act like mature, but like a lot of my friends are like, you act like a kid. That's because, dude, like I'm always gonna be a kid no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what. But yeah, it made me mature real quick. Like just like realize a bunch of things and like.
Do you think it made you have like a different outlook on life?
Oh, for sure.
Like tenfold. Like just like you get one life and this is like live it up.
Dude, yeah, definitely. Like I said, like this podcast, like
I
was nervous about doing this, and at the same time I questioned myself, like, should I do this? Should I not do this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, people see this on the internet, I can care less. Like they know, I was like, they don't really know who the real Bert is.
They don't know who the Realest Podcast is.
Yeah, shout out to the Realest Podcast, best in the game, baby. Hey, Logan Impulsive, bro. You're
on the ringer.
I'm just kidding, dog. I like Logan Paul.
Yeah, we both
watch it. Yeah. We were just talking about it before we talked about this. No, dude, but yeah, it really did open my eye, like just like friendships, dude. Friendships, just family's a big one.
Just like valuing that, like I mean, family. Like for like I can imagine like in a movie. Of like you literally cannot walk, like you said, and that door is locked.
Yeah.
And the only way that they can help you is by unlocking that door.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine that movie.
Yeah. And it was, dude. It was like I don't like till this day. I don't know how I made it. My mom and my dad, they're like, dude, how'd you even walk? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, shoot, the Holy Spirit got me, and they're like,
just resurrected everything in the lower body.
Yeah, I was just like, it was all crazy too. Yeah. And until this day, I like my aunt still reminds me of it, and my mom too. And so like, yeah, dude, I realized like family's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
I took family for granted for sure. Like I really did. Like
Vin Diesel would be really proud of you.
Yeah, shout out family. Did these watch those
Family's
TikToks?
everything.
I
love him,
bro.
Family means everything to me.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. I just really value friendship, family.
Those experiences are really transformative in that way.
For sure.
Absolutely. And it's like for me, I don't know if I've ever gone through like a very traumatic or very tragic experience like that, but I've been in a dark place before, where it just feels like the world's against you. Yeah. Anything negative is just only added onto the pile of so many burdens that you feel like you hold, and you feel like you need to uphold them, Yeah.
And growing up here too, I always had high expectations.
Yeah.
Like going, like to be honest, like when I was doing football, basketball, track, I always had this pressure of me being this good kid.
Yeah.
Being this
the best that you can.
Yeah, being the Christian boy, being the Hispanic Christian boy that is a leader off the field and on the field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like I'm only 15, 16 and you're putting this pressure on me?
Yeah.
Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And so that's where I just kind of like let loose my freshman year, I guess. Like
sure.
And I was just like, screw this, like yada yada, I don't care about school. Yeah. Like I really didn't care about school.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
Understandably at that time too.
So then I realized like, and so that incident happened, and it's just like, I just
you like reflect on it.
I reflect on it, and I just like, Bert, you've done enough.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not trying to please people anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
In high school, you're always trying to please someone.
Yeah.
And like until this day, people try to please people, other people, and I'm like, I can care less. Like, if you can ask one of my best friends, they can say that Bert's the least drama person, or Bert is like
the most honest and just brutal.
Yeah. I really am. People might not agree with it. I don't care. Yeah. Because you don't agree with something that I don't agree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what are we in 4th grade again? Like, dude, get over it.
It's like I wanted the red crayon.
Yeah, dude.
Hell,
no, give me the blue one, dog.
Yeah. No, I get that, because there's definitely a lot of people who feel like there's some type of view upon them, like they need to uphold something, and at a way, like I feel like if you're in a certain position, yes, being ASP president and vice president in a leadership spot where, you're making a lot of decisions.
You were on that, were you on
Yeah,
that
so sophomore year I was class president.
Yeah.
And then junior year I was ASB VP, and then president my senior year, ASP president. And so it's just like, you're in the spotlight, you obviously have to be a role model for a lot of people, and you set a good example. And I understand where you're coming from, where it's like, there's a point where, like Jared comes out, and then there's a point where like maybe ASB president Jared comes out, but it's just two different settings, and it's just like, they both intertwine, it's not like two separate entities, but it's like one's going to be brutally honest with you, and one's going to kind of like at least show you that they care, and, like people pleasing to a point, but like I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm also not going to change something that you already know or something that you already value,
sure. Yeah, dude. And it's funny you say that because, like, my senior year of basketball, we had a party.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
it's high school.
It's high school, obviously. We went to a party.
Yeah.
And I was the DD.
Okay.
I like I said, I was the, the goody two shoes, whatever.
Make sure every little detail.
Yeah, like, we go to the party. I'm not going to mention any names, but we go to this party. Sure. If my buddies or my homies are watching this, or the people that win, they're going to definitely
they know. They know where this is going. High school basketball party.
Yeah, the high school basketball. And then we beat, like, Brewster, which we haven't beat, like, over, like, 5 or 6 years.
The party helped, or was it after the game?
It was after. Everyone's like, we're going to go party. And we're like, heck yeah.
It's like a 59-year drought.
Yeah, dude. It was, like, seriously like that. So we went over there, and we invited one of the how do I say this? We invited one of the persons that was part of the school. Their parents were part of the school district.
Okay.
So they called them that person, and we were trying to lie about it, that there was no party.
So you let like the person that you didn't want to know?
Yeah, pretty much. And so like they and so they just after that just went downhill. And the funny thing, I was probably the one that got screwed over. I didn't get screwed over the most. My buddy that took the whole blame, he was the one that he got.
You were probably second to that.
Yeah, I was pretty much second. I was like, the only reason I say I'm second is because I was sober.
Yeah,
I was legit sober. Like,
and you're
there.
Not
even one sip I was like, all I had is water. So I was like, dude, are you serious? I was like we were like made up this dumb story about we were watching Home Alone 2.
We were Home Alone, and there was
it was so bad. I was just, it was one of, and like, it was sucky. It was kind of a sucky situation for me too, because like I said, everyone thought I was a leader. Everyone was like, thought I was this Christian boy, yada yada.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still a Christian, like no matter what, but just saying like, this image.
Yeah, and what they think of that.
And like this person goes up to me. I was using the restroom, so I had to go. So I was suspended for 2 games.
That's
unfortunate. So I had to be behind the bench because I can't be part of the bench. So I have to be like behind the team. So whatever. I was using the restroom before our game started.
Yeah.
This old man comes up to me. You were drinking at the party, huh? I'm like.
No. And the whole town knows about this party. It's in the Herald.
The whole town.
Really?
Yeah. And I just look at it. I'm like, no, I wasn't. And he's like, yeah, you were. Don't lie. I can't believe you did that. You were our point guard. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. I was just like, whatever.
Granted that he has no idea.
Yeah. And I was just like, whatever. Like, dude, I can care less.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I wish I was playing, but you know, like.
But at the same time, like, I only cared about the image and everything like that is because of my uncle. My uncle has a great name to Lake Chelan.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I protected it. Like, you know, like I was so like, so like strict on myself, like yada yada, because my uncle.
Absolutely.
Like, my uncle gave us a life here.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like,
sure.
My parents are from Mexico.
Yeah.
Like, straight like.
Yeah.
My Hispanics, like people, like when I say that, like they know, like.
Even Alma.
Yeah, Alma. Yeah. Alma. Shout out to Alma.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her in a minute.
Yeah.
Dog.
I mean, she migrated over here.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And like making a life for yourself, like from the ground up.
Yeah, and so like my uncle like gave us like a boost, you know,
a foundation to build upon.
So so she and I was just like, are you kidding me about this whole situation? Like, when I was getting that, and I was just. Teachers looked at us differently, and I'm like, dude, shut up. I was like your kid doesn't do it, right?
Yeah.
Your kid doesn't. I was like, actually, your kid was blacked out puking, and I was like helping him out and say, hey, you're good, man? Do you need a ride? It's okay though. I'm not gonna tell you that part though, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's weird how there's so many intertwining pieces, and there's to people who will scrutinize.
yeah.
They make up those pieces, to fit an image, and it's a really weird concept because for me, I've never had something so brought up in the public, or something that was so, always spoken about. There are certain times where there was just like a lot of beef within people, and then those people bring up stuff, but it was nothing like that. Like everyone knew, and it was just like the talk of the town. Mind you, it's a little bit bigger that like not the whole town's gonna know, but
like
this whole school, and
like
like the people in that area are gonna know. But I've never really had anything like that. But I can see on small scale where that's like just
dude,
like
it was just bad, and I was just like, I don't know. People think of like, I'm gonna mention his name because like I don't because
you can mention first name, not last name.
Yeah, well, people are gonna know no matter what. Like my home, like, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna just say no matter what. Doss, people really take him as like
the guy
that is doing the bad stuff, but in reality, dude, he is the nicest, sweetest, freaking caring, loving person you ever meet.
Yeah, but that image is so contrary to what they
image. And then people think of this image, and I was like, I can list so many people, but like. That's like one of them because like my parents are like that. They're like, you shouldn't be hanging out with Doss. Like, you shouldn't be hanging out. I was like, dude, like you don't really know him.
Yeah.
I was like for example, if I just came over here and I didn't really know anything about you, I would be like, bro, this kid's weird.
Yeah.
But it's just like everyone is weird. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
But until you know their story,
absolutely,
that's where it hits. Like that's where it's different, and that's why I love hearing people's story, and that's cool. Like you have this podcast thing because it's like
that's why I started this, just because I was always big into. Well, I wasn't always big when I went to a lot of leadership camps. Like think about that. You see so many different people. Some you won't talk to, but 90% of the people you'll probably interact with in some fashion.
Yeah, and that's like when I first met you, I thought you were like dope because it's like you didn't care what people think, in which I like love.
Does that come off like pretty apparent?
Yeah. Which is really good.
I don't think it does, but like that's just me because I just do it.
Dude, you're wearing some socks that has, for granted, guys, he was wearing these socks that have like toes in them.
Toe socks. My cousin Kaya hates them.
Bro, I was just like, this kid doesn't care. I was like, this kid doesn't care. I was like, no, but I was like, that's a cool though. That's a cool thing about it. Like when people try to act cool and just like,
they're not to make their image.
Like Tyler the Creator, for example, he don't a role model for me. Like, because he doesn't care what people think. Yeah. Like, I was just watching a video of him, and he's like, I'm just here to see Rihanna. For his first Grammy, he's like, I'm just here to see famous people, honestly. I don't care about if I get nominated or not.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm just here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love people like that.
And so, like, that's why I'm like, I think this is dope, and this is, like, cool, and, everyone's different in different ways.
Yeah.
And, like,
absolutely. And, like, with, like, leadership camps, like I said, you probably don't talk to, like, 10% of them, but, like the 90% that you do, they're so eye-opening, and especially at leadership camp for like a 6-day leadership camp, you get very emotional and very invested into the camp. And when there's like the first day, it's a little fun, bubbly. Second day, it's like, okay, this kind of hit the ground running. Third day, similar, but it also can be really emotional depending on what the setting's like. Fourth day, emotional, always.
Dude, I went to one of them too in the leadership camps.
It's wild. Yeah. It's wild. I enjoy them just because you hear so many people's stories, and you hear so many people who have gone through their parents' divorce, they're adopted, their foster child, and they've gone through 13 houses, and like you just look at them and have no idea what their story is. It's just like it's like the old additive and cliche saying you can't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, because it's the contents in the book that matter.
And that's why I love mission trips. I'm absolutely like, I didn't go last year just because it was like a COVID thing. Yeah. It was like kind of last minute.
Because you said you went on a mission trip.
Yeah, I went to a mission trip 2 years ago to Puerto Rico. Yeah. And that was so fun, dude.
And just meeting the locals and just like all the people there.
Yeah, it was just helping poverty. People that are from poverty.
Okay.
Because my family's from poverty. I'll admit it. I don't care.
Oh, gotcha. You're saying poverty, not property.
Oh my gosh,
gotcha.
Bro.
It's
my bad.
It's a tongue twister. I thought you were saying like property is like they own stuff.
No, my bad.
Poverty where they don't own as much.
Poverty. Jeez, that's awkward, guys.
That's what I heard, but it probably
I I know I probably said it bad.
You're good.
Like it's I don't know. Anyways, yeah, but like like we just like my family came from nothing, so like watching these kids like one story.
Yeah.
This kid, we were on swing set, right? It was just us two, and he goes, pa pa pa. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, pa pa pa. He's like, I was like, dude, what are you doing, bro? Like what? I was like, actually,
because you can kind of think of
and I'm like, I can think of many things what he's trying to do, and he goes, pa pa pa. I'm gonna shoot you.
And
I'm like, what?
Whoa.
I was like, whoa, dude. I was like, you chill out. I was like, dude, what are you doing? And I was like, this kid is probably just has a knife or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, why are you doing that? And he's like, because I want to. I'm like, what brings you the idea of doing that? He's like, because I want to, because my brother taught me that. So then, like, I kind of had, like, a sit-down talk with him, and I'm like, so that, you think that living this lifestyle, doing the pa is cool? And he goes, yeah.
We obviously know what that could lead to. You know, he's probably younger.
So, and so he, dude, but the thing is, he was like 8 or 10.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember, 8 or 10 minutes, something like that. But like, yeah, he was 8 or 10, and he was going pop, pop, boom. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I understand you. That's all you know. But I was like, I was like, and I kind of told him my story about it too. And he's like, it's fine. I was like, you can change. I was like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
And I remember him just started crying, like just bawling. Because he didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything better other than just doing pa, pa, pa.
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, like, this is cool. Like, and I have, like, a lot, like, just, it's pretty cool because, like, God, like, because I'm religious.
Yeah.
You know, and God, like, put me in situations like that and mistrip all the time. Or even in life, dude, with people that I don't know and stuff like that. And it's just,
absolutely.
like, God is just like, dude, like, Bert, you had a great opportunity right here in front of your eye. And so, like, hearing that story and just, like, made me realize, like, God is great. You know, God is
He's
real.
with you.
Yeah, God is with me by my side 24/7.
Yeah.
And it's just, and watching that kid cry, I'm just like,
you know, like, you did something good.
Yeah, I did something good for sure. And he was just like, the next day I saw him at the same camp, at the same everything, at same same location, and he didn't do the pop pop pop. He didn't do that. Yeah. He just kind of like, he's like, thank you.
Yeah.
And like we were just playing basketball, playing dodgeball, you know, playing these volleyball, every game we had.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. It was just really cool. Yeah.
I'm assuming contact's probably minimal, if none, saying that, like, you know, they're coming from a impoverished area.
Yeah.
You know.
And dude, the thing is, like, I knew he was just, like, he was really poor because he had, like, his shirt was, like,
tattered. Yeah.
It was just, like, you could, like, his hands were just dirty.
Yeah.
And so, like, he was just living on the street.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, dude. Like, Puerto Rico, like, really, really, it changed me too. Like, changed me how grateful I am to be on a lake. Yeah. Even though I say I hate the sound. Like, I say everyone's like, oh, I hate the sound. I want to leave.
But you know what the other end of that spectrum is.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Like,
I think a lot of people only look up and just hope for the better.
Yeah, and as soon as I leave the sound, I know I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah.
The only reason I miss it is because of my family.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss friends.
A few friends, yeah.
I'm not gonna miss because of living in this town, like on this gorgeous lake.
Yeah, like, I mean it's Chelan. It's
nice. It ain't gonna go anywhere. It's like, it's not gonna freaking move to Alaska or something. Like it's not gonna like
copy paste up in Juneau, Alaska.
But no, dude, like mission, like you said, like those leaderships, like you have those moments, and like at the very end of our mission trip too, we come in a circle, bonfire, and we talk and we get like a football or something. Okay. And we say, what one person really changed you or just kind of give you a different look of life.
Grateful for.
Yeah. And so, like, people were just throwing it left and right.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, I'm grateful for this person.
Yeah. For this reason. Yeah.
Just ball.
Yeah. You're like, oh.
Yeah. And I'm like,
fire's going to be washed out with the tears. Yeah.
And you, like, like, my first year going to Puerto Rico, my first mission trip, I didn't realize this person would never cry in a million years. Yeah. He just bawled his eyes out.
Probably the first time he cried.
Yeah. And I was like, probably because he had so much depression, anxiety,
just things built up that
everything built up, and God was just like, dude, you just let it go right now. Yeah, I was like, just let it go, and that's where he was just. After that, he was just more like loosen up. Yeah, and he was just like being himself, and I was like, that was cool experience to even, you know, look at
to witness, and to actually like see unfold right in your eyes, you know, because like I guess like my second year when I was at leadership camp, there was. I mean, I kind of knew the general sense of what was going on, you know? So, like, you kind of understand that, like, you're going to let maybe not you're going to let, but like by choice, you know, you're gonna kind of let people see what it is firsthand and being like, oh, it's gonna be like this, you know, like. And for me, it was kind of tough because it was like, oh, we did this last year. Oh, we did this last year. Oh, we did this last year. But it's like a different story. You're writing a different chapter of this, you know, whole camp thing. And, you know, there's different experiences. You're gonna meet new people. And for me, like my first year was really emotional because, you know, you don't know what to expect. And when you become vulnerable, that's when kind of like you let your guard down. And, you know, you kind of don't really have to put on a show for people or just kind of like mask it, you know. You see a few people who are, you know.
Did you get scared? Were you scared at first?
Going there? No.
Well, but just telling your story, because I know, for example, I'm a really shy person.
Yeah.
And telling my story is like, you know, telling like part of it is cool.
Yeah. But like the whole thing.
The whole thing, that I would be scared.
Yeah.
Like I would be scared and shy, super, super shy.
Yeah, there's a few things that you lock in the vault, but that's just because you, like, it doesn't really matter to them, but you just kind of, it's more inferred based on like certain context. Like there was something that went on, you know, but like, those things are like, you don't share them in that setting, you know? And when I first went there, you obviously know that I'm a very bubbly, outgoing person, like very open. When I came to college, it was a little different, but for the most part, you just kind of ease into it, and then you become just kind of yourself.
Everyone's
and you're
like,
fine.
I'm too cool for everyone.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what's
How
up,
are you, freshies? Welcome to your first day. Oh,
like,
you remember that?
Yeah, dude.
We won't mention names, but you know what I'm talking about.
Bro, I'm so glad that my injury happened. Not gonna lie.
I'm more grateful.
Yeah, I'm more grateful for that.
But yeah, I mean, that first year, I mean, the one thing that I've really learned is not to have expectations, you know, for people in certain events, you know, like Chelan, you come here every year. It's always different. There's new people. There's family you haven't met, family who's not showing up.
When you came in, there was a lot more people, huh?
When we came to college?
Entering Chelan.
Like a lot more people that I knew, or like just people?
Just like people. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, it's becoming like Wenatchee.
Yeah.
It really is.
Without the like one base city, because it's all around the edge of the lake.
You just need a mall now.
Yeah.
We call it good.
Yeah. Put it by that hospital that's being built over by Walmart.
Dude, no.
Yeah. I mean, your strip's pretty nice. It's got what it's got, but it's like all touristy stuff.
You gotta visit. There's like a candy shop downtown.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go visit that.
I'll probably have to go down there this week. Me and my sister might go down there.
Goldie's pretty.
Okay.
It's like a smoothie place.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like smoothies. We'll probably check it out.
Healthy smoothie.
Yeah.
It's really good, but it's a little expensive. It's like
it makes sense.
Yeah.
For the most part, like when it was at leadership camp, you know, I mean, like back then I wasn't super duper, like you become a little reserved. I'm a little in my dad in that regard, where he just kind of like lets something happen and lets it marinate, because you don't want to be the center of attention like right off the bat, you know. You kind of let people take those, you know, center of attention, and then you just kind of fill the gaps. I'm a big gap filler, and you make references back to things that already happened, stuff like that. But I get a lot of my outgoing side and a lot of my adventurous, well, maybe not adventurous, but outgoing side from my mom, you know, being very.
Yeah, I could definitely tell your mom. Your mom just like, when I hopped in, guys, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't know I didn't know your whole family was gonna be out actually eating. I thought you were gonna be out on the lake or something.
Yeah.
Your first thing your mom goes, shoom, and I'm just like, oh hi, all right, nice to meet you.
But yeah, I when it comes to like
cool.
leadership,
She's dope.
and like when she was in the school system, it was like that as well, you know. And a lot of people really liked her and like, I love your mom, and always tell me. And like when I was at leadership camp, you know, like I said, it's not like a set in stone, but it's a typical way of how it goes. You know, the first day is kind of like, oh, hello, hi. Yeah. And the second day you just kind of like loosen up. You know, you're just like, okay. You get the few people that are still kind of, you know, holding something back or like holding it in, and maybe not letting.
I love those people though.
They're kind of like caterpillars at that point. They're cocooned right now. They haven't quite flourished.
But do you know, I love those people.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, I love those people.
Because there is something that either A is holding them back, or two that it's just like you just give them time, you know.
Yeah, it's always like those people that, especially those people, have something like great to say.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Cool. It's so cool. Like, I know one of my buddies, he lives in Manson.
Yeah,
him and I, like, he was kind of like that too, but he's very emotional. He's a very emotional person.
Okay,
and he was like kind of like holding it back, but he like, I don't know, he like. we went to breakfast one time, and he like he kind of like talked about some personal stuff, and he was like about to like cry and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was really cool because I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, you understand that there's like something that they want to say, or like something that's being like built up, and then it's just kind of like that time where they.
Yeah, and he was just needed someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Other than being like the same people over and over and over.
Yeah. I completely get that, because you get a lot of those people who have something very wise to say, or there's something that really impacted them that's like made them them. Yeah. And, you know, even then that you take the flip side of that, where it was just kind of like the maybe not traumatizing, but like that side of things, you know, and you just kind of, it's just their story, and you just understand who they are, and you understand why they act the way they are, you know.
Yeah, and that's, a lot of people don't do that. Like a lot of people don't do that. And I think that, like, when people, for example, I don't know, people on social media, I guess.
Absolutely. I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, people on social media, like, if they post a booty pic, or they post, like, you know, topless shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
It's because they want to do that.
Yeah.
They want to do that stuff. Like, it's like, I don't judge them.
Yeah.
I don't judge, like, yes, maybe a thought comes in. Yeah, I would be lying if I don't say it. I don't judge, but like, yeah, a thought would come in, and I'd be like, okay, but I move on. And
like, you understand that it's just like they're one and done.
It's just they want to do that stuff. Like, for example, you doing YouTube. I didn't even know when you were freshman year, when you were telling me you have a YouTube channel. I was like, huh? I was like, really?
You know, it's probably like 200 subscribers.
Yeah, and I was just like, but then I looked, and I kind of like realized it, and I like kind of like I was getting to know you more and more throughout track, and I was just like, this is dope. Like, this is cool. Like, I would never have the courage to do this stuff. Like, you know, it's like, it's different. People don't like this because it's different.
And it's hard. Yeah. Well, and there's always a stigma. And there's always like, oh, you watch this? Oh, do you do this? Yeah. It's like they have like that expectation, or like,
are you trying to copy David Dobrik?
Yeah. Like, bro, I'm just trying to be myself and be unique, and just like give an outlook on life as, you know, as a whole, and just change the world, you know? I just want to change the world in a positive manner. And I always say, like, as like being me, like the one thing, and maybe like the why, you know, like the biggest why, you know, like why I do this. And I probably found this within like the past like 4-ish months, was I want to give the people the confidence to do the things that they want to do.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's it. Like, that's it. Like, that's plain and simple, no matter what that recipe looks like.
That's dope, because like I want to do modeling, and that's like something cool that I always like thought it was really cool. Like, I had one of
because of Mario.
Because Mario. And Mario was like, then like one of my buddies was like, you ever thought about doing modeling? And I'm like, no, I never, like, I just thought taking pictures would be cool. Yeah. And so, like, I just, like, got it more serious about that. Like, getting in more into fitness, and, like, you know, eating healthy. And, like, doing health, like, you know, a bunch of healthcare. Like, absolutely. You know, and everything. Just every little thing. Yeah. And I just thought it was cool, and I was getting into it. It was really, really cool. And like you said, like, like, people finding passion about it. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah.
And you just kind of ride with it, and, you know, however big that takes you, however big however long that boat sails, you know. Yeah. Like, it's something, like, I mean, Mario's obviously been a big help for that to kind of flourish, you know, for that. He's watering the plants, you know, for you. You're planting the seed, and he's watering that plant.
And, like, his, like Mario, for example, too, his story is, like, so incredible. It is so incredible. Like, you'd be shocked. Like, you would honestly, like, I don't know if I could say this to him, or like say this, but like
for him,
like he like, so his mom passed away when he was really young. Like,
what age?
I think
like 2, 5, 12.
Like, I think it was like 13.
Okay,
12 or 13. So like, but
like the age that you kind of like obviously remember those things.
So you remember, so you get scarred. Yeah. And like after that though, like it was like crazy. Like it was just like he just like, it was God. Yeah. It was really God.
Plain and simple for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was really cool, because like now he's just like, he's not worried about anything about like what situation's going on. Yeah. And it's just like, he's just like the happiest person I ever met.
You just understand, like, there's been something that similar to you, like a different outlook on like the way you move and the way you do things.
Yeah. And him and I just like vibe together so well. And it's so cool, because it's like, he's like one of my best friends, and like.
Did you go to school together?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, we didn't really know. Like,
you didn't really talk.
We didn't talk.
We really maybe say hi in class.
Like, we would say hi, but we hang out in class, and but out of class we wouldn't hang out.
Yeah.
But like now we just like, I'll FaceTime random times and
he's your bro.
Check up on him, see what he's doing. So yeah, he's like his story's so cool. Like you're saying, like he helped me out a lot. My buddy Jake helped me out a lot too. But just like everyone. So, but no, that's really cool that you're like finding that passionate for like people that want to do something, they do it.
Yeah.
Instead of
without holding back, you know, just like whatever extent you want to make that happen, write down that goal, make it happen, and do what you need to do to get from point A to point B. Whether that takes 7 years.
I know.
You know, because I've been doing this thing for 7 years.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
August 12th will be 7 years.
Jeez.
And I've been making content for around that time, you know, like whether that, I mean, mind you, most of it's just kind of like shit posting. Well, maybe not shit posting where it's just like spam, but it's like, you know, like genuine videos, you know, like in editing them, and like you just get better and better as you go on, and you just learn how to tell a better story, learn how to have a better video in any which fashion that you can, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's cool because a lot of people don't have the patience. They don't have the patience for, like, you know, like you never, like, who knows? Maybe this is just a time span that you're doing this, or in like 2 years maybe.
Well, think about it like track. Like you, like every year you grow, you know, you become bigger, better, stronger, become faster, more powerful depending on the event. And, you know, you keep getting PRs year in and year out, you know. And even in high school, I PR'd my freshman year at 42.2. 41.2. I think it might have been 42.2. Yeah, 42.2. And, you know, I didn't PR until my junior year. You know, that's a whole season and almost another season because I PR'd at the end of the junior season. Really? You know? Like, imagine that patience. You just got to you got to think about the end goal always. And for me, very early on, it was getting that freshman triple jump record. Mm-hmm. Then it was, how do we win state? Just how do we win state? Like, how do we get to that point where we are confident enough that we're going to go in and dominate, you know? And ever since sophomore, even since freshman year, it was just always like, I want to win, you know? And then you just continue growing. And you set that goal pretty early on, and you do everything in your power to make that happen.
Yeah, that's really cool. A lot of a lot of our age, like kids and our age, or adults in our age.
Yeah, even high school kids and young adults.
They don't have that, you know, that they don't have morals. They really don't. And that's cool that you have that, and like you're determined to get that goal.
Yeah.
No matter how long it takes, how much it costs, whatever. You know, you're determined to do it. That's the only reason I came over here too, because it's like I've seen you like posting about it. I see you post about it. I see you, you know, talk about it, and it's like, dude, I want to support. Like, I want to support one of my homies.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. It really means a lot. You know, you were one of the first people I mentioned it to.
Yeah, and I was like, I was always hyped him up. I always tell him to put that music on, and we were lifting. I was like, I don't care. I was like, you know, and then and you embraced it, and that's the cool thing about it. And that's where I caught my eye about you, because like you embraced it. You weren't embarrassed. You weren't embarrassed about anything.
Yeah, and I've just learned like even with like my daily TikToks, I just don't care. Like, I don't do it for anybody else but me. Live my life with me if you care enough to live it with me.
Like, to be honest, when your family was coming down here and they're like and they're like looking at us, I was kind of felt like this guy right behind me.
Like Owen.
Yeah, like like
hi Owen.
So, like, you know,
like Devin,
Yeah, like, they were just coming in, and I just kind of felt weird.
You're like,
oh, all right, well, I'm going to change the subject now. Like, you know, but you didn't care. You embraced it. You're like, this is my podcast.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned about is there's two results and two ways that you can, how do I say it? There's two results to every action. There's the one you take and the one you don't take. I learned this pretty early on because the funny thing was I learned it in school when I was taking like a SBAC test. There was like a prompt.
Love those.
And it was just like a reading thing, and I was just like, oh, wow! Like, it was just like a life-changing thing. Like, when I read it, you know, and I was like, wow, there's like two results to every action. There's the one you take and the one you don't take.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow. Like, and I imagine it because that stuck with me for a really long time. Like, when I am like upstairs, you know, like, let's say I know something that my mom doesn't, or like, let's say I told you I was going to text you right as I got here to Chelan, you know, or something like that. I kept thinking about it. I just never did. But then it's like, okay, I didn't, you know, but like, what about if I told him earlier, you know, And it's like that whole timeline looks way different, you know? And I think about it like in the Marvel movies. You know, you think about you do one thing and it's way different. Or like imagine we did it that way and we had the lake in the background and then you couldn't see us, you know? And then when I'm in the editing bay, it's like, oh, crap, I wish I, you know, thought about that, you know? Or like I forgot to hit record or, you know, something like, oh, crap. I hit record. I hit record. No, we're chilling. We're chilling. We've been going for about an hour. And it's been good because it's like I've stuck with that. And it's just like, you know, somebody's timeline could look so different just based on one little thing, you know, one little conversation at one moment.
Yeah, and that's, you actually bring, I never really, I always had that thought too, but I never really, like, thought about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never took time to be like, you really do have one moment to live, whatever.
You know,
like, for example, this might, like, who knows? I might get in a car accident, you know?
Yeah.
From after this, and you'd be like, dang, I'm glad I had that moment with
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, you got to capitalize. Like, I always like to think about it like the cliche, like, can I get your number? Like, talk to the girl. Yeah. Go up and go ask her for her number. Yeah. You get one shot. You may not get one shot.
Well, nowadays you got to ask, wait, Shawty, what's the snap?
You got a number?
Yeah. She's like, no, I don't have a Snapchat.
That's what it is these days. It's not the number, it's the Snapchat.
Snapchat, dude.
I usually ask for Snapchat just because I keep my number confidential.
Facts.
You know? You don't want it out there. It's a good number. I love it. I'll tell you it after. Okay. But I love it. It's super funny.
It's I'm just kidding.
It's 509. I know it's obviously 509 if you just look up the area code of Spokane. You find a 509 pretty easily. But yeah, it's like you just understand like once you can apply it, the biggest thing for me is the knowledge. I like to apply it. Yeah. You know, like when I learn the rules of like a game and like a card game, I want to know how to apply that. You know, what's the strategy behind this? You know, I want to, and this is mainly probably honestly from track and YouTube. Like I want to know things from front to back. I want to know why we're doing 200s right now and why the rest is this. I want to know like everything, you know, like I want to just know everything. Like what's the time going to be? And like, why are we doing at this? Why are we doing 8 reps? You know, like I want to know the manual, you know, and then why are we lifting? You know, what is this doing? Okay, this is building the quads. This is building the back. And I just want to learn everything because then I can understand it. And then there's no friction. It's like, why are we doing this? And then you get bored.
You're really smart, Jared. But you just don't show it.
Thanks.
I feel like you are. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Because you're a person that wants to learn every little thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a type of person like I want to learn things that I'm interested in, but you want to learn every little thing overall.
Yeah, like well, especially with YouTube. Like I want to learn like what's an engaging thumbnail. I want to learn that back end. I want to learn like, okay, 2 people viewed me on TV, 53 viewed me on mobile. Learn those, how to read a graph. Like I literally want to learn every single thing about this whole YouTube thing. Okay, there's a dip here. Why was there a dip? Okay, there was like a time lapse that had no music, no context to the thing. Cut it out of the next video. You just learn and you just continue to evolve as an editor, as a track athlete, you know, and you just want to learn. Maybe not you as like a general sense of people, but I want to just learn everything because I want to understand everything. Mm-hmm. And we were playing like a game yesterday called Play 9. It's like a little card game. I don't know if you've ever played it. It's like a pretty unique game that it's like, it's not like everyone plays like solitaire, you know? And it's like a card game. So you get 8 cards. Yeah. And so everything's in vertical pairs. And I was like, okay. So I had like double 7, which negates it. And then like each card is assigned a value. And in that vertical stack, if you get the same number, it zeroes out. And you obviously, if they offset like a 3 and a 1, then that's 4. And then you have like -5s. And I'm like, okay, that's like a play. And it's like, there's certain things like you do have to turn a card every time or at least play a card. You have to at least play a card. So you can swap out something. You can discard the card that you just pulled or pull from the discard itself. And I was just like, okay, I just want to learn the strategy behind it. Yeah. I just want to learn how to play. And I like last night, it was just that, you know, and I got pretty good. I'm like, okay, 10, don't need it. Okay, flip a card, you know. Like I just adapted and just got really good at it. And it's just like, I want to learn everything, you know, and even that's like marketing or like sales, you know, like what's a good t-shirt design? How do I market that to my fans? How, like this podcast, for example, you know, you look up the people who have already kind of done it in the similar way that they do it kind of thing. Yeah. And for me, it's just like, okay, like we could take little segments here, post them in the TikToks, easy, you know, and just like post about this time, schedule them. Yeah. And then they just post and you're good, you know?
That's cool though. Like it takes a lot of courage to do that. Like, it takes a lot, like, patience to do that.
Well, it's hard because I think a lot of people don't see the result immediately.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
Like, well, think about it like track. Like, Usain Bolt. Like, I always see, like, I follow a lot of business stuff, and it's like Usain Bolt trained, like, 10 years just to run under 10 seconds. Yeah. You know, you take so long just to reach that goal, and you give up so much, and you sacrifice so much. You know, I've given up a lot of opportunity to continue to do this YouTube stuff and continue to do this track stuff, you know. Like, I always said, like, even back then when I was in 8th grade, we had to take the SBAC test, and we were at the same week, I had, like, a big meet. In the same week, my family was going to Mexico, and I'm like, I can't go. I got to take this test. Like, it's SBAC, so, like, I could have taken it later, but I'm like, I don't want to worry about that. I just want to do it when it's scheduled, and I have a big meet, and I want to compete. I don't want to go to Mexico. Like, this is 8th grade.
Oh, I'd say if you're 18, like, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, like, obviously, anytime anybody threw a party in college, I'm just like, no, just sorry.
Yeah, because you had other stuff. You were working on your video.
Yeah, and that's like that priority.
Like, and I always realized that too. A lot of people didn't realize that because everyone was just like hammered.
Yeah, everyone just wants to party.
Yeah, and I realized that you're like, I was the only person. I was like, dude, just let him. I was like, he has a video to do, just let him be.
Yeah.
Like,
and I appreciate that, you know, like, whatever anybody says in silence, like, it's just good or bad. Like, I don't hear it all the time, you know, and you just kind of live and roll with, like, things that are going on, you know, and I've always been a pretty open person, you know. If you have a problem with me, just come up, we'll resolve it, you know.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, like, a lot of people just don't like to confess, like.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because it becomes a burden on you, you know, and you might make somebody feel bad, and that's the worst thing.
True, though. Like, I tell people, like, if they have a problem with me, just come.
But nobody has the courage, you know.
No, I was like, just text me. If you have an issue with me or something with it, just text me.
Yeah.
Watch all my homies just text me after this.
They're like, I didn't know you were in a will.
It's like, Bert, you piece of beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, dude, shut up. Oh, but no, man. Dude, yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. Did you see that, like, you just actually, like, I didn't really know how, like, I knew you were serious about YouTube. I didn't know how you're actually this serious about it.
Yeah, and I don't know if because it's just, again, one of those things you work in silence and see the results, and then you just let people be like, wow, you know. And
that's funny you say that because, like, this modeling thing too, like, I don't like, I need to post a lot more, but I have these like just like 4 or 5 shoots I have not posted about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm a person that likes to be in silence.
Yeah. And
so it's like I'm debating. I'm just hard for me because it's like I want to do this, but at the same time I don't.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because I don't want people to know about my life.
Yeah.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Like, it doesn't really, like, obviously I hope it impacts them in a good way, you know.
And I'm just like, dude, I don't know, Bert, should I do this or not?
No, and I'm glad that you opened up, you know, about, like, that experience last year.
Yeah, well, like, the only reason I did that is because, like, I know a lot of people. A lot of people ask me about, like, why'd you ghost me? Why'd you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, because, like, I don't really care about you at that moment. All I cared about was my family. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think there's a lot of pride that people carry.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. And they, like, if they knew that, they would feel bad, and I hate that. I hate when people feel bad. It's like the last thing I want. I feel bad for you so bad. I'm so sorry. Like, is there anything I can do? I'm like, no. Just act like if I'm a normal person.
Yeah. What we did at leadership camp, like, if a parent passed or, like, somebody was in a serious accident, we just let them find out when they got home. We don't want them to marinate, like, anything for, like,
really?
What? Yeah. It was just mainly because unless it was, like, super serious to, like, hey, you need to go home now type thing. But if it was, like, something like it's, we don't want to take the effect away from everybody else, you know, being like, oh, did you hear about the person, their mother got into a car accident, you know, something like that. I can understand it to a point. And if you're there, you kind of just generally understand it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard, like, to anybody else. You just walk up on the street, and you're like, we don't tell people about if their parent, you know, was in a serious car accident, you know.
Because they would probably start bawling. They're like,
and
just, like, ruin the whole experience of, like, being themselves and stuff like that.
And then, like, you know, it's hard to get buses there. Because it's in Randall, Washington.
Isn't it up in the mountains, like, super up in the
mountains?
Yeah,
you take US 12, you come off.
I think I went to the same leadership. Isn't, like, in this cabin,
there's, like, it's an old CCC. We went to Mount Baker. There's Mount Olympia. There's Mount Adams.
I think I went to the same one. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
But I don't think you weren't a leader quite yet.
Yeah. I went my junior, senior year, like, so 17, 18 of the summer. Yeah, it's like a 6-week,
Yeah,
6-day camp, but.
Yeah, I think. Oh, mine was a 3-day camp.
Okay. Yours could have been a quick thing.
Yeah, mine was like ASB leadership.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Oh,
Yeah, they usually have
nice.
those in October, like a good 3-day thing.
Yeah,
They're pretty fun.
That's the one I went to.
Okay. It was probably that one then, because
It was like snowing too.
yeah, especially
was
over
like-
there
I was
in
like,
yeah,
"Jeez." I
in
was like-
Randall.
I was like, jeez.
I'm like, I'm surprised all these buses made.
I was like, I ain't adapted to the snow. Like
Yeah.
this, even though I live in Chelan. but-
Yeah. Like ice is like probably the worst thing you get.
Dude, yeah.
Do you get snow a lot?
Over.
I can understand by the mountains, maybe at the top.
Yeah,
but
we actually this year wasn't too bad.
it wasn't too bad in
at all.
Spokane.
Yeah, it wasn't
Spokane
too
either.
bad at all. But yeah, we normally do.
Okay.
But it's so weird though because our spring like started pretty quick.
Yeah, ours did too. Like once it was like late February, early March, it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, we're outside.
Yeah, and like summer came quick. Like, really
Understandably.
quick.
Yeah.
That heat wave that we had.
Ugh. We're filming a podcast that day too. It's episode 2 of the Realest Podcast. My birthday week. Like not week, but it was the week of my birthday, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. And I was just like, oh my God, it's so hot. Like we just got done with John on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I filmed that Tuesday because my
Yeah.
birthday was Wednesday. It was so hot, but we made it happen. And I don't know if I think I had a fan in there that day.
So
And what might have not? It might have not been episode 2.
You just kept hearing the.
No, luckily it doesn't pick up because there's a noise gate. So it like once it
Oh.
reaches a threshold, you can kind of hear it when you like fade out
Yeah.
and you like talk. You can hear it like kind of pick up and actually pick up your noise.
Yeah.
So luckily it didn't, and I was worried that it was, but I'm like, I do not care. It's so hot. I
Dude,
don't actually know it was the birthday episode. It was actually episode 6.
6.
Yeah, episode 6. It was a tough. It was so
Dude,
it was so hot.
Are you gonna be like this episode 100? When you hit 100, you're
Oh
gonna be
man,
crazy.
I don't exactly know what I'm gonna do quite then.
Who's your
'cause
next guest?
I don't know. Julie is coming up Wednesday.
Julia.
Yeah,
Wow.
might get her on.
You should do it.
I might even just hit up Mario and tell him to come over.
Mario, dude.
Yeah.
No. Mario has a cool like he would. He told his story. He would love to tell his
Yeah.
story, dude. His stories on social media too. So
Yeah.
like, Mario's actually. I can actually talk about it. He
Yeah.
would actually love this. He would,
Yeah.
because he's an Impulsive fan. Like he's
Yeah,
a Logan
yeah,
Paul fan
yeah.
for life.
Yeah,
So he would love this. Like,
I might just hit him up while I'm here and just be like, "This is the opportunity. I don't know this guy, but I'm willing. I'm
dude,
just
no,
like we're here."
No, he's like he's so outgoing person.
Yeah.
He's like he's a really good person. I would
Yeah.
I'll text him after this and be like,
Yeah.
hey, you want to do podcast tomorrow
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah,
He'd be like, sure, I guess.
yeah.
Like,
Meet me here at 70,
at
73.
this rant. And he got his license this
Oh,
last
nice!
month.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a guy!
yeah.
What a guy!
Dude, he's been flexing his license so much.
I could
like,
imagine.
Yeah, he's been.
especially if it's been so long.
Dude, yeah, he now he's like living life.
Yeah, he doesn't
he
have
has
to
his
hitch rides.
license now. Like, yeah, and he just takes like pictures whenever he wants
Yeah,
to.
that's nice. I remember I hit him up for photos,
Yeah.
but it's just like I don't necessarily need them. You know, it's like if I need them, especially when I'm like spending money, I'm just like,
Yeah.
is it a need or is it a want? You know what I'm saying?
Needed wants. Or
Need and wants and needs.
Wants
I
and
got
needs by Drake.
I got
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister loves that song. She's a big Drake fan.
Hey.
I mean, who isn't?
Your sister and I are gonna get along.
Yeah.
I'm a Drake fan too.
Yeah, she likes what is it? See what's about to happen next. Hey, like she likes that song.
Oh,
She's
okay.
like yeah, she likes it. She likes Scary Hours too.
Is she on the dock?
I don't know. I can't see her over there. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know where she is. She might be upstairs. I have no idea where she is. She's somewhere. She might be getting ready over here. But it is what it is. Bert, I got one final question for you, my friend.
What's up?
Who is Bert Mendivil?
Oh no. Who is Bert Mendivil?
Yeah.
Dang, I never been asked that question. Dang. Who is Bert Mendivil? My final question.
It's your last question.
Bert Mendivil is a follower of Christ. I don't know.
Wow.
That's a great question. I just know that I'm a follower of Christ.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all that matters, man.
That's all that matters for me, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is this like describing like who I am?
Like your
as a-
biography.
Wow. Who are you, Jared?
I asked you first.
Dang, I need to get some ideas or something. Like,
my name is Jared Hathaway. Very passionate, caring, loving guy. I enjoy podcasts. I enjoy changing the world. I just want to give people the confidence to do the things that they want to do. I'm 20 years old, by the way. You don't have to say the age, but
I'm sweating right now.
I know.
Guys.
It's so hot. Who
guys,
is...
I took a shower too, okay? I'm not a sweaty boy. I would Bert Mendivil. Dude, I don't really have like anything like I just really want to make a difference in elementary ed teaching. I really do. That's like my only passion. I really care about that only.
I remember you mentioned this when we first met. That was your major, education.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad to hear 2 years later that, you want to move to Austin or North Carolina to go pursue that, because the opportunity may not be here all the time, but it's certainly brought opportunities for you in your life and your upbringing. And especially with recent events that have made you kind of have a different outlook on certain things and just kind of like the you live once motto, or just be grateful for life. And especially over the conversation that we had over this past hour, it's been very enlightening. And like I said, over the past 2 years, seeing that transform from just like a degree to, continuing that at a new college and to be hopefully moving on in the career that you want to go. And that's really awesome. And I, again, commend you for everything that you've gone through. And
you're going to make me tear up. You're going to make me tear up now.
I mean, you made me tear up a little bit earlier, so I got to repay the favor.
Yeah,
but
dude, no, I would say, dude, like, honestly, elementary ed, like, I love kids.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely love kids. Like, there's no anything that would get, like, I can be so sad, but as soon as I see a kid I smile on his face, or her, or it, whatever, she, he, her, whatever pronouns they prefer, even though they're so young, it just brings a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Because, dude, they're like the light. They are the future. They are the light, And so that's where people don't realize that, too, because kids can make a difference in an adult's life.
Absolutely.
Your mom and dad, they have your sister and you.
Yeah.
They probably changed because of you two.
Yeah.
They had changed so differently. And my mom, bro, I don't know, dude. Like, seeing her, like, working 3 jobs, 4 jobs, to even have some, like, Nikes on my feet.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mac Miller. But, like, just having, like, stuff like that just made me realize, like, I can make a kid's different. I can make this kid that is struggling that I was and didn't, like, my dad was around. He was around everything, but, like, my dad was really, my dad and I, our relationship are not, like, tight.
Yeah.
We're just a homie. It just feels like a homie. Like, if I'm being honest, it just feels like a homie.
Yeah.
And I wish I try to change that all the time, but I just feel so uncomfortable. And he feels uncomfortable too, but but, like, I can have that kid's, like, be that father figure. I can be that role model that I had when I'm growing up.
Yeah.
And so that's just, like, that's who I really am. I just really want to make a difference in kids' life because I know they are missing a male role model in their life at the end of the day. Because, dude, like, I was looking at, like, I was just
statistics.
Looking at, dude. Yeah. I was just like, it's so bad. Like, all of it's like 80%, like, women. Like, just have moms.
Yeah.
The kids just have moms, and their dads are just somewhere else. In prison, doing drugs.
Yeah.
On the street. And, like, seeing that, and, like, obviously my faith, too, like, it was just, like, it was, like, a win-win, and just, like, dude, like, I have to do this. I gotta do this. I was like, modeling, I can care less.
Yeah.
Like, I can really do care less about it. Like, I can care less about modeling. I just care about my major and just getting these kids, having the life. And people even say that, like, bro, you interact with kids so easily, and it's because, like, it's a God gift. Like,
and I enjoy it.
And I enjoy it, too.
It doesn't feel forced, it seems.
Just, like, and everyone asks me, like, well, teachers don't get paid much. And I'm like,
I don't care.
I was like, I can get paid $20 a day. I can give 2 craps.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm going to make a difference in that kid.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
And that's cool, dude. And that's really cool. Like, for you don't get paid for this stuff.
Correct.
you don't get paid, but sponsor me or sponsor my boy Jared, Dollar Shave Club, Powerade,
Manscaped, Body Armor, Audible, all of them.
I'm gonna be tagging on that all and just be like, sponsor my boy. But but like you're doing this because you love it.
It's just plain and simple, like I know it's a long-term game. It's a long-term investment.
Yeah.
I mean, my life's been a long-term game,
For sure.
I always say you got to I want to do the things that I have to so I can do the things that I want to. Absolutely. And that's just always in the back of my mind when I'm doing things. Yeah. And always just like, I know if I put this work in now, it's good work, it's adequate work. It's something that's, potentially changes somebody's life, brings entertainment into them, gives them a break from things going on for just 15 seconds, an hour, whole day, if they plan on watching all my videos. But
didn't watch.
It's just I know that there's somebody on the other side receiving this that I may or may not ever meet.
Yeah, dude, and that's the cool part about it. That's why I told my story about what my situation, because a lot of people want to give up right now. As a matter of fact, I wanted to give up in this middle of summer. Like I did, like, I was just had like a bunch of thoughts of what happened last summer, or just like overall everything. Like when my cousin passed away, it's just stuff like that, and I just wanted to give up. But I'm just like, dude, like I can't let my family down.
Yeah,
I can't. Like if I let my family down, dude, that's like
you it might be pretty brutal on them if
and I
they
know
lost
and dude, like and first of all, I can't like let my cousin down that passed away.
Yeah,
I can't. I legit can't. People are like, just drop school, and I'm like, I promise him I'll finish school. I promise him. I'm not gonna.
That's what he would have wanted, type thing.
And he wanted to be a teacher too, which is a cool part.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a physical therapist too before all this.
Ironic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was just like him. I was like, dude, I gotta finish, and it was just crazy enough that God was like, you're gonna be an elementary teacher, and I'm like, all right, sweet, that's dope. I love it. I know it's a win-win. So.
No, I completely respect that, and to other people that don't understand that, it seems so hysterical, and it just seems like why, and even on the receiving end of mine, like on the similar end of that, like, I not doing school right now just because I want to go all in, like I'm willing to go all in and give up things that I've done.
That takes some balls. That really takes some balls, dude. And I give you.
I appreciate it.
And you tearing up right now, Joe. I don't want to. Like, but seriously, I gotta give credit when the credit's due. I really do, because like, I would be scared. Like, I'm just thinking about the time when I was talking to my mom right there, and I would say, I want to give up, Mom, and she said no. She's like, no, you're not going to. And I'm like, heck yeah, I am. I'm gonna give up, Mom. All right. But it was just that moment where it's just like, I feel what you're going through. I definitely do, and like I said, man, like, I give you props. That takes some balls.
Appreciate it.
Really does.
We're here to make it, man.
Yeah, and then I know your parents are so supportive. I realize that.
Yeah.
They are so supportive. Being Hispanic, man, my mom would have chopped my balls off, man. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm sorry. You can bleep
okay.
that out.
One way or the highway type thing.
Yeah, it's just like, because they're come out and they said, we worked our butt off to get here, so you can get a degree.
Yeah.
And dude, look at my sister. She was illegal. She came over here. She already got her she got her degree. She got her master's. She got her major, dude. She's like living it. And she got this little cutest little boy ever. Freaking Jet.
Uncle Bert.
Yeah, Uncle
B.
Bert, Uncle B, dude. And he is just like, and she has a lovely family.
Yeah.
Supportive family. It's just like watching my sister grow. It made me realize like what I want to do now.
Yeah.
I want to do that too.
Yeah.
I want to do it better than her.
Yeah.
I always want to do it better. Everything
absolutely.
I will do. Like, even if it was sports, everything, like, I'm even though I'm the baby out of the whole family, I want to do better than everyone else.
Yeah.
I want to be richer than my cousin.
Yeah.
I want to be richer than my brother. I want to be richer than my sister,
Yeah.
It's like, I want to do everything better than everything else.
Yeah.
And you do the same thing. You want to be better than freaking
Logan Paul,
David Dobrik. All
any of those small YouTubers that are out there that I love watching.
Yeah, and the list goes on, and you want to do better than anyone else.
Yeah.
And I think that's where our competitive side comes out, because I'm so competitive, and so are you.
Yeah.
It's like we drive that, and we like continue with our
Yeah, we always strive for better.
Yeah.
I always like to say, like, never settle. Keep going. You know, like, once you become comfortable, you've lost the touch.
Yeah. And for example, for this summer, I thought I was gonna freaking drink, party, and all that, like all this stuff. But in reality, dude, I've been like, I have 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm working out.
Yeah.
You know? So and physical therapy and chiropractor, massage, and all that stuff. And I just realized, like, I have to do this to get a great future ahead of me. And and I can so relate to you when you had to say, I have to go finish a video. Where I say, I need to go lift instead of going boating and getting drunk.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool because it's like a lot of people don't have that. Like, just have that discipline.
Yeah.
They really don't have a discipline.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't need alcohol in my life. I don't need drugs in my life. Like, I don't need it at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I can give 2 craps about drinking or,
you
know, smoking and all that, like, dope. And I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like, dude, this is dumb. Like,
yeah,
I'm always a DD. Like, people, legit, like, my friends who call me Bert.
Yeah.
The DD Bert. Like, legit, they call me that. Or
got a nickname.
Or DD's here. And I'm like, yeah, that's me, dog. What's up? Like, I'm proud of it. I don't care.
Yeah. I want to embrace it.
Yeah, I was like, I can care less, dude. I was like, you're the one looking dumb. I was like, but it's all like you can have fun, whatever, but
you got to obviously set, like you said, you got to set your morals and you got to set those boundaries and you got to be disciplined. You know, like that's the biggest thing, like going to bed early, going like, especially if it matters, and being consistent because, one mistake or one slip up or one day off of the 2 months of hard work just resets you,
Yeah, it does, dude. And that's what I like when I started getting healthy, and I'm like,
you can't stop. You can't just like settle. You gotta.
I can't. I just get that flashback back in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna get hurt again. Yeah. So I just go, all right, I'm gonna go to massage therapy. I'm gonna go to like yada yada. I'm gonna do this, and this. Yeah. And like for me, I'm a like guy that has a list. Yeah. I need to have a list of things.
Yeah. I usually have like a to-do in my green notebook. If you've ever noticed in the podcast, on the episodes, I always have like a green little notebook right next to me, always.
Yeah, and so like
I don't have it now because it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, so, but like for example, like in the summer, I try to like relax because like it's summer, but I can't. Like I still have like, I'm just like.
This is when I turn it on.
I'm like, I'm stressing like. Yeah. Oh, I got to do this and that. And
yeah, like I said, like summer's when I turn it on. Really? I don't like this and that. This is when I turn it on. I mentioned this in the last podcast. I even debated not coming just because of just like, I need to keep continuing DoorDash, continuing
look at us,
stuff. When we're here,
we're doing the podcast.
We can make it happen, and either way, I was going to make it happen here no matter what. Because I was going to send my stuff with my mom. But obviously, as you know, she left, but we'll just.
Is she going back?
Yeah, because she has to work. Because she didn't have enough, not overtime, but like PTO time.
Yeah,
paid leave.
So yeah. But yeah, dude, I would say Bert Mendivil or Alberto Mendivil Acosta.
Is that hyphenated?
Yeah, that's
nice.
Is passionate about my faith and making making an impact on kids.
Making a kid's impact. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's absolutely. It's important. I think it's very important, and I understand the influence that I have on such a young audience and such a very evolving audience that is growing. Yeah,
and ever since I was little, dude, like not even like a lot of people. Actually, nobody knows this. I'm telling you guys right here.
This is exclusive,
right here. Yeah, exclusive stuff. But like when I was little, I always told myself I'm gonna make an impact on something. I don't know what it is. It might be sports. I thought it was going to be sports until God was like, no, you're done with sports right now.
Done.
Yeah. And so then I was just like, I was like, I'm going to make an impact on something. Like, I'm going to be like a role model on something. I'm going to make an impact on something. I don't know what it is, but now I know, and it's going to be teaching. Yeah. It might be modeling too and teaching. That would be freaking dope.
Double whammy.
Yeah. That'd be
the modeling teacher.
Yeah. That would be freaking dope. But like at the same time, teaching is
that's the number one. It seems like
it is
absolutely
because I need to get that major because my cousin would be proud then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I didn't do it, I would feel so guilty. I could see him just chewing my butt if if I didn't do it.
Yeah, up
there in heaven.
Yeah.
No, but it's cool though, dude. I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad we did this, man. I'm dope.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this when it comes
Yeah,
out.
absolutely. We'll chop it up. We'll put it into a whole bunch of Instagram Reels, TikToks, Instagram posts.
I'll put it on my gram. You guys can follow me at Bert_Mendivil.
Absolutely. We'll make sure to put that into the socials of the video.
Yeah,
we'll make sure to tag you. Make sure to share.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
And subscribe. Thank you so much for listening to episode 8 of the Realest Podcast. It's been yours truly, Jared Hathaway and
Alberto Mendivil Costa. Hey, shout out to my boy Jared coming in Chelan, dog. No cap, man. I'll tell him that, bro. I'll give him props for coming over here, man. But
we're making it happen.
Yeah, thanks for
absolutely.
Thanks for letting me come in and podcast, man. Hopefully get Mario in here.
Yeah.
Hopefully get Mario.
Yeah. We'll make sure to text him. We'll make sure to do all that good stuff. But remember to love life, live, and life of love. And we will see you guys next time. Have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.